What you guys, got another video here for you. In this one we're going to be taking a look at HerdProtect. Now I was talking to a fellow technician friend of mine called Donald Sayers, who lives in Chattanooga, America, and this is his website here, ifixy.com, and he does Mac repairs, iPhone repairs, malware removal, networking, all that sort of good stuff. So if you're living in the Chattanooga area, give him a call, and I'm pretty sure he'll be able to help you out with some of your problems that you may be having. So we had this debate on HerdProtect, how good is it, and is it any good at doing any malware removal and stuff like that. And this is HerdProtect that I'm talking about. It's a cloud-based scanner that actually uses 68 antivirus scanners on the cloud, and it will send files there and scan your system and see whether they are malicious or not. Now 68 antivirus scanners, let's put that into perspective. That's a lot of potential to find a lot of nasty stuff on your system. So what I thought, we'll give it a little quick test to see how it goes. Now there's loads of information here you can read up on at your own leisure. You know, you can come on here and have a good read up about it. Okay, so what I've done is I've got a folder here full of malware, nasty stuff, and I've also got another folder with a load of crapware in it, which are all the junkware stuff that gets installed on your system. Now I've also got some files that I've been putting on the system in various areas, like the C root directory, and also in the program data area you'll see a load of stuff inside here, and also in system 32 and roaming folder and all these other places that I've been putting stuff into. Okay, just to make sure that this has a real deep scanner on it, which detects stuff in a real deep area of your system. So I didn't want it just to scan stuff on the desktop. I want to see how far it goes in and scan stuff. Okay, and also in the temp folder, which is a normal area, and inside here you can see some files around. Okay, inside here. Okay, so what we're going to do is give this a little blast and see what it finds on the system. So we're going to quickly install this and see how it goes. So I'm going to agree to the terms and conditions and launch HerdProtect. It's going to initialize a connection. Now if you're not got an internet connection, it's not going to be much good here, because it needs to connect to the cloud outside so it can determine what's on your system. And we're going to click on scan, and you can see, welcome, this is your first scan, and so on. So I'm going to click OK here and let it run a scan. Now this is going to take a fair bit of time. Okay, so you just need to be patient and let this run a scan. Okay, it's going to send loads of information back to the cloud, and it will need to analyze all your files to find out what is bad on your system. So while that's doing that, let's have a little look at what it has to offer here. So we'll take a little look at the spanner or wrench there, which you call in the States, and you've got the settings and options here. Okay, you can leave this as default. I've left mine as default here. I've not touched it at all. But there's some other bits and pieces in here, like schedule a scan, trusted files. So it may find a file that's a false positive, and you may want to add this to the trusted list. Okay, and you can do that there. There's also examine a file, and this will examine one particular file that you want to upload, okay, to it. A little bit like VirusTotal, and it's going to check that file against 68 antivirus programs. We've also got examine a process, and these would be if malware is running or viruses are running on your system, and you can detect it. Say for instance this was a suspicious file, you could actually click that and it will send it straight up and scan that against 68 antivirus programs, and that's what that process scanner is there. Okay, so it's now connecting to the cloud, and what it's going to do, it's going to analyze. You can see it analyzing down the bottom here, and if we click on this, it will also give us a run HerdProtect cloud diagnostics on our system, just to make sure that it's running okay. It gives you a little quick check. So now we're letting it analyze here, and it's got 2,109 files it's going to analyze, and it's going to be going through these. As you can see, we've got 29 detections so far, 33, and you can see the amount of antivirus programs are detecting these files. So you can see here 43 of these have found that last file, which is guide.exe, and so on. So we'll just let that run its course, and then we'll come back when this has been completed. Okay, so that's now building up a report for us, and you can see it's got 137 detections so far. Okay, and that last one, only one antivirus program discovered that one. So as you can see here, what it's going to do is build a report for us, and then we can take a look at that report and see what the findings are. So there you go, we've got our readme file here, and you can see what it's saying is your first herd protection scan has partially completed, and there are still a number of questionable items that has been queued. In other sense, it's got some stuff that it needs some further analysis of these files, so it wants us to complete another scan a little bit later on, and then it will analyze them files that it's got in that queue. So you can see here detections found at 68 antivirus products. So I'm going to click OK here, and you can see there's some areas that it's found in the roaming area and toolbars and stuff, and these detection rates here, you can see these are the actual detection rates of the antivirus programs that have detected it. So 23 have detected this here, and you can click on these like so, and it will give you some more information, and it will give you the information of the antivirus program that's actually detected that, which is a really nice touch, because what it is, it gives you an idea of who's doing all the work and who's good and who's bad. You know, if you keep seeing one antivirus program that you're using and it's not listed here, then you know that that antivirus program is not really that good, and you want to change it to one of the more better ones. And basically that's what that's doing. You can click on these and it gives you a full rundown. I do like that feature, it's nice. Now also actions here, you can see remove, examine, why was this detected, and stuff like that. So if you can click on this, it will take you to a web page, and it will give you the information. So you can see here, why was it detected, and it will tell you potentially unwanted, and it's like a iMesh, which is like a some sort of sharing program or something like that, and you can see it's got loads of junk attached to it, and these other antivirus programs have got their own method of like pups and stuff like that, what's bundled in there. So that's basically that feature there, and that's just by clicking on it, and you can report this as a false positive, which I wouldn't do with this case of file because it is a dodgy file. But if it was a false positive, you could actually report it here and send it a thing there, and they would put that into a look to see whether it is a false positive and take it off their engine there. So you can see here also ignore. We can ignore this file from being scanned because you don't want to go through the false positive bit. You know it is, and you just want to ignore that, and you can do that also. So let's just see what we've got here. If we go through here, you can see a big long list. So if we click on remove checked, you'd like to completely remove 136 files from your PC. Important, this action cannot be undone. So once it's removed them, they are gone. So we're going to say yes to that. And would you like to create a restore point? I would say yes to that also, just in case something goes wrong. You've got a little safety net to go back to. Now it's going to start to remove these 136 files from your system once it's created a restore point. Now this is going to take a bit of time, so I'll pause the video at this stage and let it remove these files. Okay, so that's the actual scan complete and the removal process complete, but you can see there's still some options to remove more stuff on here, and what it's asking you to do is give it some information to whether to remove this or not. Now the reason why is because some of these are inconclusive and unclassified, and also pups, as you can see here, so it wants a bit more direction what to do, whether to delete them or not. Now I know for a fact that this is bad, so we can remove that. So if you look at the actual action here, we don't want that on the system. I don't want it, so you could remove this, and also some of the other ones that I know are dodgy. All these are dodgy here, so I'm going to remove these, Now you'd obviously need to know what they are and whether, because they're in a crap folder, so I know they're dodgy. But this would be a difficult part. You could leave them and send it for more analysis later on. But since I know that it's a dodgy file, we're going to get rid of it. And now I know that this is dodgy as well. It's in a dodgy area, so I'm going to get rid of that. Now the MBR scan and stuff like that, these could be files that with no sign on them, no signature on them, but that doesn't necessarily always mean they're bad. It could be a case that that they're just unsigned and they're programs that are used to remove malware, so you can decide on whether you think they need to be removed or not. Okay, so I'm going to leave those as is right now and just leave these ones here just to give you an example. We're going to remove this one also and this one, and we're just going to remove checked and say yes to this. And it wants to do a restore point. I'm going to say no this time because I've already done one just for quickness. And we'll remove these little files here. And it'll probably ask to do what to do with these, whether to leave these on there, and we can probably set that up afterwards. Okay, so that's now been removed. Now say for instance we did want to keep this file here. Well, what you need to do is click on actions, and then you could keep ignore this. Okay, so we could ignore this file. Are you sure you want to ignore that? So that's now been ignored. But if you wanted to get rid of it, all you'd need to do is put the tick in and it will remove it. Okay, but if you want a false positive, you could send a request back to them to say this is a false positive. Okay, so you can choose what you want to do there, but we need to decide to finish off the scan. Okay, so let me just put the tick in there just to remove these and get rid of them, and we're just going to quickly click yes to this and get rid of everything, so it finishes the scan off. Okay, so that's now all been completed, as you can see, and we have nothing to complete there, so now we can close this off. Now as you can see, inside this malware folder here there is still a load of stuff that is missed. Okay, now also there is some other stuff inside here that it missed, and let's have a little look at the system to see what else it's found and missed. So inside the C root directory you can see there's a crypto type locker there, and there's some other bits and pieces inside here that it's missed. Program data, it got those. Let me just have a quick look at the other areas. So I'm just going to quickly go into here and app data. Did I leave anything in there? Nope. Roaming, that's been removed out, and also local. There's some stuff in the temp maybe. That's missing, that's all gone. Okay, I can see something here. I'll just delete that. Okay, so that's now been removed out of there, and there was some stuff elsewhere on the system. So the only other thing to do now is run scans with other types of software. Now remember, no one software or no one scanner will do everything. Okay, so HerdProtect is not the answer to everything. It's not going to be replacing all your antivirus program, Malwarebytes and stuff like that. What it is it works in conjunction with those or alongside those software. Okay, so you can run scans with all the other types of software. So you will always use your Hitman Pro and your Malwarebytes and all your other types of antivirus programs. You can always use those alongside these. Okay. Anyway, I think I'm going to wrap this video up. I think you can make your own mind up what you thought of it, and I'm not going to bother running some other scans and stuff, because obviously you can see there is stuff left behind. You can make up your own mind there. Okay, what it done and how it done. Okay. Anyway, so my name is Brian from briteccomputers.co.uk. If you enjoyed the video, then hit the like button, guys. It really does help me out. And also hit the subscribe button if you want to keep up to date when I upload new videos. So thanks again for watching, guys, and thanks for sticking around. Bye for now.